Well, hello and welcome people of the internet to Spin Hero, a new roulette-style deck-building game, kind of like a mix between Luck Be a Landlord and Lucky Hunter, which we played about a month ago. You guys really seem to enjoy Lucky Hunter, so I'm hoping that this game is also something that you guys enjoy. Spin Hero currently is in demo form. It looks like there's also going to be a prologue version available, as well as the full game will be releasing sometime in Q4 here. Not exactly sure when, but after watching this video, if you want to check out the demo for yourself, link will, of course, be down below in the description. I'll put a link to the demo page specifically because there are 3 separate pages. I know it can be a little bit confusing, but I'm going to give you a hint. If you want the demo, it's the one labeled demo. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in. Now, there's only 1 character available in this version, but there will be 4 characters in the full version. We have Alaric here, who's kind of a spell-casting knight, mostly physical and armor-based, but does have a little bit of magic potential. We have our health here, and we have our mana. So this is, remember, this is like Luck Be a Landlord, so we're going to have roulette-style combat, but it is a little bit like Lucky Hunter in the fact that we are going to be fighting enemies, so there's a combat element to this as well. We have our unique weapon, which is Alaric's sword, 5 damage plus 1 damage for each enemy killed. We also have the apprentice staff, which deals 7 damage, consumes 2 mana. So this is how the spell aspect works. So basically, there's 3 different styles of damage. There is the sword or melee damage. There is magic damage, which typically is going to consume mana, which this is our max mana. We also have a ring here that restores mana, but also boosts the damage of magic weapons. There's also a bow symbol. I would almost label this more as rogue style damage because it's not just projectile based. There's also daggers that fit into it too. So it's got a little bit of like a mixed identity there. We also have ways to gain armor, and we have ways to heal ourselves. Now, our passive is Divine Grace. We're going to heal 10% HP after each battle. If already at full health, we're going to gain 3 max HP instead. Makes sense, given that we're a knight. We also have another passive here, Plated Armor. All armor symbols give +1 armor each spin. And then, of course, we're going to be able to level up. Now, these, I think, might be available in the demo. I've only done a short run here, so obviously I haven't leveled up my character any. I'm not exactly sure how leveling up system works, so maybe we'll figure that out here. And then we're going to have Gambler's Curse, so I would assume that these are going to be modifiers to make your game harder. That will, or they could also be maybe Ascension styles. I'm not sure exactly, but those will be available in the full version. So let's go ahead and jump in and see what gameplay is like. We've been talking here enough. Wildgrove, stage 1. So just like Lucky Hunter, the areas that you enter are going to be completely different. This is, I haven't even experienced this location yet. And I know I'm going to be comparing this a little bit to Lucky Hunter a little bit. Not that they're exactly the same game, but there's enough analogous there that that's the easiest one for me to compare to. Now, I will say that there is no there's no legend here. There's no key for the map. For the most part, I'm actually going to turn the music up a little bit too. It's a little bit quiet for me. We're going to turn sound effects up. I will turn the game speed up later once we go through the first couple battles, but for right now, I'm going to drop it down to base speed. Really, the only differences that we need to see here, there's regular battles and elite battles, and I think the only difference, obviously the enemies are harder. I think there's a higher chance of getting rarer items here. That's really the only difference I found. The other difference, oh, I don't know what this is. This is completely new to me. There's 2 styles of chests. There's a regular chest, which you can open. This style of chest, however, you need to find a key for before you can unlock. So for the most part, we won't be able to open these unless we can find a key. I'm going to go down this middle path. I don't think that we're going to be strong enough necessarily to successfully and easily clear these elite enemies. So let's go through the middle path here. Oh, the sound effects might be a little bit too loud, though. I'm going to take them down a notch. So here is our UI. We have our enemy here. We have the Forest Rock, how much damage he's going to be doing, and how much block he's going to be creating. We, of course, have our Luck Be a Landlord style roulette system. You can see every item you have in your inventory at all times, which is really nice. You can also remove symbols mid-combat, which is really nice. All your passives are up here in the top left. Your health, mana, how much gold you have. Runes are basically, they're kind of like potions, but you can use them over and over again. Not every battle, but the ones that I've found so far. I'm going to just start spinning here. Spinning can be done automatically. So that's the button I have here. It's going to automatically go through these so I can kind of talk and play at the same time. So the runes, basically use them once, and then it says like you can only use them once every 3 battles or so. We'll be able to pick up some runes once we head to the shop. So yeah, they roll, and then for every symbol that pops up, it does its thing. So like this one is going to do 5 damage. We get a kill. This is going to get a +1 bonus. So now it's going to deal 6 damage every time. After every fight, we get to pick a reward. So we could either take a Sorcerer's Staff, which deals 5 damage, +1 damage for every 10 points of max mana. So right now it would do 7 damage. We have the Mana Stone, which restores mana. We don't have enough things to actually consume mana in order to really justify the Mana Stone. Or we have the Simple Bow. Deal 12 damage per arrow, takes 1 arrow from each adjacent quiver. Now, I haven't played with the bows yet. I'm going to have to play with the bows to see how exactly it works. I don't know. Well, it says 12 damage per arrow. So what I'm assuming, there are quivers that basically have like 50 arrows. How I'm assuming it works, just in case you guys are interested, I'm assuming that it does 12 damage base. And then if you're next to a quiver, it's bonus damage. So it'd be like 12 plus 12 or 12 plus 12 plus 12. So it'd be 12, 24, 36, 48, and so on. And then the quivers can run out, and then I'm assuming there's going to be items that you can refresh your quivers, but we're going to take the Sorcerer Staff here for a little bit of extra damage. Let's go in for our next run. We can spin, and if we want to, we can turn off this auto battler system. We do our run, we deal our damage, we block because we have 8 block, and then if we wanted to, you know, we could sit here and maybe remove some stuff, however we want to do it. I just like having the auto battler go on, and it just kind of does its thing. And again, we'll speed this up in a battle or two, but just in case people are new to this style of gameplay, it'll give you a chance to kind of see what's going on and how it's actually working. So here I think I'm going to take the rusty... Ooh, I'm not going to take the rusty greatsword just yet. So the way the rusty weapons work, they're going to lose damage each time they attack. Same thing with primal weapons. They're kind of in a category by themselves. There is an item that you can take that's a hammer that will restore any of these items that it's next to, but the fact that if we do the math here, this right now, because it's doing 7 damage, it's doing 7 damage consistently, whereas this is dealing 25 damage every 3 spins. Basically the same, but we don't have a weapon yet to restore this, so I'm going to take the Sorcerer Staff. Again, going a little bit heavier into magic. So let's open this up. We're going to get some gold and then a random symbol. This can be common, it can be uncommon, rare. Those are the only rarities that I've seen so far. Claim. There we go. I think I'm going to go... I'm going to grab the... No, I'm not going to... I think I'm just going to grab the longsword because I do want to be more melee-based right now. I want to see what this is. So let's go ahead and go this way. Maybe we get lucky and find a key and can go south. But you kind of want to find a couple pieces that you want to build around and kind of build around those. Right now, we haven't found anything really yet that we necessarily want to build around. And I don't want to go too heavy into magic and, you know, need to get all these mana rings. Right now, we're even a little bit too heavy. Well, there's another mana ring, which I could probably get. Mana ring is probably the better one to go with, considering it's going to increase the damage of our magic weapons, although this damage will probably fall off eventually. Wizard Hat is also kind of nice. Maybe we just go with this. Gives 2 armor, so it's technically 3, right? Because we have this plated armor bonus. Restores 5 mana and plus 2 armor for each space below. And that basically means if it's at the top, it would get an additional 2, 4, 6, 8 armor. So I said I was going to go with Mana Ring. I think I'm actually going to go with Wizard Hat. I think that's ultimately going to be better. Now we don't have a key, so it doesn't make sense to come here. So we'll go ahead. I mean, we could, but we'd end up in the same spot. Right, we want to be protecting ourselves because if we're at full health when we end the battle, we're going to get 3 max HP, so that's going to further increase our health pool. Now we have a bleed on us, deal 1 damage for every action performed per stack. One thing that I wish that the game did have is so the symbols that are above the wolf's head, like this bleed here, you can't actually hover over it and see what this is doing until he attacks, and then it comes down here. Now, for the most part, because it's an autobat, you know, there's no way to, like, dodge his attacks or anything, so it is just going to happen. But I don't know, you already have the tooltips down here. I would like to see the tooltips up here. So let's see, here's the blacksmith's hammer. So I'm going to take this just as a preemptive thing now, so that way, again, we can take rusty, broken, or primal weapons. And let's see what this is. It's an owl bear. I guess maybe he's just tougher. I guess we'll have to, well, I guess we'll have to beat him and see if we get something different out of him. Yeah, so like a lot of the tooltips are actually, you know, quite good. The fact that you can hover over every different item, you can hover over all these things. Obviously, health doesn't, but some of the tooltips, like, again, I can hover over this and nothing will pop up. I'm not sure like what this symbol means. So there are some symbols that I would like a little bit more explanation as to what they're doing, but for the most part, you know, I at least get the concept of what's going on in the game, and that's the most important thing. Ultimately, like if you want to figure out what it is, just fight it and just do it. So he's getting enraged, and basically this is going to increase damage by 10%. Yeah, 10% for each stack. All right, and we're still at 73, so hopefully this bread can help us stick around, although I think we're not going to get the, yeah, we're not going to get the health benefit. We're going to heal, just not get the additional 3 HP. There we go. Owlbear down, pick your reward, bandit sword, 8 damage for every 2 spins, plus 4 damage for each weapon on cooldown. This is actually pretty good. A lot of the swords do go on cooldown, so I'm actually going to take this bandit sword. So this, okay, so this symbol is going to give us runes. This, I'm assuming, because this is the only time I've been offered a rune as a reward. So we can either apply 25 burn to the enemy. So like this is another one of those situations. I'm assuming burn is damage at the end of turn, but I don't know because there are some, I'm trying to think what game it was that we played. There was one game that we played where burn was, it dealt additional damage anytime you attacked that enemy. Or remove a random inflicted debuff. Let's go ahead and take Rune of Inferno. I think this will help us out more in boss fights. Now, if I hover over it, if I hover over here, yeah, it also... Okay, well, once we get into the boss fight, I'll use it, and then we'll be able to hover over it and see what it does. But for right now, not sure. So when the weapons are grayed out like this, or slightly transparent, that's when they're on cooldown and they're not being used. You can also see an indicator down here how many turns left until they activate. So same thing with this one, the longsword. So here's a rusty axe. So the rusty weapons typically do stronger damage than their other common counterparts. But again, they do lose damage each stack. I think I'm going to... I think I'm just going to re-roll. Yeah, let's re-roll. See if we can find something better. Could go with the Venomous Dagger. Nothing here that I'm crazy about either. Okay, I think I'm just going to take the Bronze Helmet here. Just go for more armor. Just protect ourselves a little bit more. All right, Forest Guardian, what you got? Let's go ahead and apply burn to him, and let's see what this does. Deals 1 damage for each stack after spin. Loses a third of the stack every trigger. Okay. I mean, I figured burn was going to be a damage over time, or not necessarily damage over time, but damage of some kind. I just wasn't sure how the damage was going to be applied. Now, he's applying thorns to himself, so every time we attack him, we're going to take 3 damage or 1 damage for every stack. So hopefully we can kill him pretty quickly here. We also don't have the armor I would like to have set up. Oh, and it looks like... Okay, so you saw we just got 9 armor there from the wizard hat. Now, how I thought it was going to interact was that the +2 here was going to be a separate instance for each space below it, right? So I thought this was going to be +2, +2, but it's combining them, so it's +2, +4, and then it's only adding +1 from this. So you don't get +1 for each space below, it's just +1 total to that extra bonus armor for each space below. Now, that being said, we are keeping our health nice and healthy, and we're mostly taking on the boss. He's starting to deal a little bit more damage, though, but it looks like we are blocking most of it. And we should be good here in maybe 1 or 2 more rounds. We're going to get one. Yeah, this weapon is now off cooldown. And yeah, but that armor kind of screwed us up. Okay, so it looks like we got this next turn. We should have it. There we go. All right, he goes down. We get a rare weapon. What do we want here? So the Bard's Hat is good for armor, but it gives... Okay, so agility weapons. That's what they're being called. I call them rogue weapons. Kind of the same thing. Deals 10 damage per arrow, shoots 2 times, takes 2 arrows from adjacent quivers. Well, we don't really deal 5 damage each spin, then adds 3 stacks to debuffs on the enemy, consumes 5 mana. We're not really doing debuffs. And again, I don't want to go too heavy in the magic. I think I'm just going to reroll this. Alright, I'm going to go with double axes. And maybe so here's a quiver. Holds 40 poison arrows, each applying 2 poison on use. Yeah, so I'm going to have to do a agility build, see how that exactly works. So let's go double axe. And we're going to have to build some more into axes. Okay, now I'm going to pump up the game speed here so that way we can play a little bit quicker. Let's go ahead and get the spin going. Okay, we also need a little bit more armor. So we're going to be looking for more armor, and we're going to be looking for more axes. Not that we necessarily need to, like, focus axes, but it's just a nice thing to benefit there with the double axe. There's a bronze helmet. Not the best, though. In our rerolls, it looks like rerolls refresh every time we jump to a new stage, which is really nice. Ooh, rusty. I'm going to go with the rusty axe. It is both a weapon with a lot of damage, which we like. We already have the blacksmith's hammer, which we can use to fix this, and it's an axe, so we can trigger it again. Yep, so you can see there next to the hammer, it's fixing it, so it's doing its max damage. But I also have to find some... Oh, okay, let's take the wooden shield. It's just big shielding. Right, because I need to have enough shields so that way I can get more max health. I haven't been doing very good at keeping my health topped off. There we go. Okay, so there's at least 3 HP that we're going to grab. There we go. Spellblade is really good. I think I'm going to take the Spellblade. That's going to help us be both physical and have a little bit more mana that we can hold on to and go kind of a little bit mixed build. All right, Magic Jellyfish. Now, I know from experience what this guy basically does is he's going to shock us. And shock basically randomly, however many stacks of shock we have, it's going to randomly either increase or reduce the damage for all symbols by whatever the stacks are. So, yeah, it could be +6, it could be -6. Looks like we got a lot of minus. I did see some plus. There we go. Now we got a big turn. So, yeah, obviously the longer it goes, you know, the more like... So it looks like it's for all symbols. So it's not like... It doesn't look like it's... Each one has their own 50-50. It's going to be positive or negative. It looks like it's 50-50 for all of them all at the same time. Now, we could go with Greatsword. Yeah, I think that's just the best option. We already have the weapon that does more damage for having weapons on cooldown. So I think I'm going to go... If I go this way... No, I could go back up this way. Let's go this way and grab a rune. And then we'll go to the chest... We'll likely go here, other chest, and then the shop. Yeah, let's do that. Just thinking about that for a second, if that's really what I wanted to do. Or if I wanted to go up top and do more fights. But I think this is fine. We should have some decent opportunity to pick up some more items at the shop. Yeah, we're a little bit under the block threshold, though. But to be fair, this is a harder enemy than base. And we're still doing okay on mana. It's not like we're slowly losing a bunch of mana. Although I guess it is consistent. Okay, we got to be a little bit more careful here. This was a tougher fight than I had anticipated. War Mage Helm gives 3 armor, plus 3 armor for each space below, plus 5 damage to adjacent magic weapons. Ooh, I like that a lot. Deals 5 damage and heals 1 HP, consumes 2 mana. That's kind of okay. Yeah, let's go with the War Mage Helm. And then instantly kills regular enemy. Can be used once per stage. Okay. Or deal 200 damage to regular enemies. Can be used once per stage. Well, it's either instant kill or maybe instant kill. So let's take the Major Rune of Oblivion. Nice. Okay, we can't go here yet. We still don't have any keys. So let's go ahead and open this. Uncommon symbol. Okay, I'm going to grab the chicken drumstick, help heal us up a little bit. And I might actually, in order to get full... Well, actually, never mind. I was going to say something silly. And we do have remove symbols. So I should probably take a look here, actually, if there's anything that I want to be removing. That's actually a good use of my time here. Never mind. We're done. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and get the coin sack here for some extra gold. And we could go up here. I kind of think I might want to go down to this fight, though. Although this will give me some gold for the shop. Yeah, let's do that. Uncommon symbol. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab... I'm going to grab the life shard here. We lost out on a lot of max health in the previous rounds, and this will give us 15 if we find another life shard. Alright, so in the shop, we have different symbols that we can buy. Some of them will be on discount. We also have some services. We can buy more banishes, rerolls, we can buy HP and mana, or we can just reroll the full shop. And then we have runes up here that we can buy. We have 512 gold. So what do we want? Steals 10 gold from the enemy each spin. Okay, if we want to go gold build, we could definitely do that. Let's see here. Rusty Cleaver is pretty good for damage. Again, I am looking for things with more defense. I am going to take the Rusty Cleaver, though. I think, let's take a look here. I think at this point... I mean, I'm still not... Well, we're actually over full. So there was a symbol up here that showed how many symbols were not being used. So right now we don't have any empty symbols. So I think I'm just going to get rid of the apprentice staff here. Oh, now we have an empty symbol. Okay, so it's slightly off. I probably should have counted. But I was figuring that down to this row, it would be full. But actually, if we fill this up, it's full. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and re-roll the shop. Try and get a better shield item. Although having the thorns is pretty good. But we're not really fully defensive yet. So let's go ahead and re-roll. I'm going to be looking for some kind of shield. I'm going to take this bag of coins. I mean, it's 93 gold. It gives us 250. That's just worth it. Infinite uses. That is pretty good. So it is going to take up a space for us. But we're going to be able to open up the rare chest. So let's just go ahead and take it. And then, yeah, we're putting on an HP, so no need to restore that. All right, let's go ahead and leave the shop, and we'll take on the boss. Let's go. All right, Shaxar. Here we go. Spin to win, boys. Spin to win. Yeah, so we're going to want to find another life shard here pretty soon, so that way we can go ahead and get rid of this and focus more on what we need. Because, again, the golden key is also kind of taking up a slot here. All right, so we are shocked. So there's a chance that this either goes horribly wrong, horribly right, or somewhere in the middle. Right now, it's not looking too good on this round. Still not going super hot. Getting a lot of minuses. I'd like to see some plus symbols. Still minuses. I'd like to see some plus symbols, please. There we go. Love to see it. Is it too late, though? Is it too late? It might be too late. I might not have gotten enough armor pieces. And unfortunate. All right. Got it. So that's where we get our experience gain. So let's go ahead and play again. Let's jump in. Do the same thing. Got it. So this is our level. I was wondering what the symbol was. Let's do another run. Let's get it going. Yeah, let's go to this top side. All right, spin to win. Wild Wolf, get it. Can we kill here? Nah, I was hoping. Okay, well, we got to heal, not to get the max health. Okay, so let's go. Okay, let's go wooden axe. Let's see if we can make an axe, like an axe build work. Oh, well, there's an iron axe. All right, let's go for it. The Enchanted Fairy. Wow, she is hyperactive, if I say so. Still don't have the best defense, though. We're kind of holding on there. Now, what does this do? Reduces armor gain by 2% for each stack. Okay. And also reduces our damage, so kill her quick. There we go. Leather boots. Not the greatest pickup. Let's go ahead and re-roll this. Try and find something better. I'm just going to take the coin sack here. Although, we could take the Primal Club. No, I'm going to take the coin sack just for some extra gold. We do have a shop here that I want to kind of boost my gold up if I can get it high enough. Although, I don't think we're likely going to have that opportunity to grab a good shop here. I think it might be a little bit too early, so we'll probably bypass it. Heal up. Nice, get the kill. And unfortunately, we do not get the bonus because we have to bleed. Let's go ahead and go Rusty Axe here. Yeah, so what I'm likely going to do is just come up here and then down this way. I say likely, but it is what I'm going to do. Nope, that is exactly what we're going to do here. And we do have decent damage here, but again, I need to prioritize some more armor pieces. And I think likely what I should be doing, I think I was kind of maybe over or under thinking this. I think because I'm used to these games not wanting to flood my board with, well, small buckler is just a nice piece. Although, oh man, I would really like the blacksmith hammer though. I don't think oh man, do I take it? I don't think I can take it. I think I need the armor. I'm losing too much health. Because you have remove symbols and you can buy a lot more remove symbols in the shop, you can buy actually like infinite. And what is this? 1 damage for each stack after spin, loses 1 stack each trigger, ignores armor. Well, that's gross. I'm gonna take the. Okay, I'm gonna take the axe here. I'm getting greedy. Getting greedy. Wooden axe or bronze key. Let's take the bronze key. The fact that you get so many remove symbols means you likely shouldn't stray away from taking symbols that are not necessarily good for like late game stuff. Not that we're even getting to late game stuff. But the fact that your like lower common stuff you can very easily remove once you start getting better quality items is a really nice touch. So I got to kind of remember that. That's something that in other games I've kind of strayed away from because they can kind of clutter up your board, and so I've tried to like force my rerolls to higher level stuff. But for the most part, like I just need to get my armor underway. I just need to get it under my feet here. However, this I'm not really crazy about, so I'm just going to re-roll it. And I'll just take the leather boots here just for a little bit of additional armor. And let's do one more fight here before the boss. I'd like to get one more symbol here to help us out. Now, could this backfire and we lose too much health before the boss? Sure, it could. But maybe I get a healing item to help us out. There we go. We didn't even take anything, so we're good. So I'm going to take the linen cap here. I'm going to save the reroll for the boss because I think it's likely that we're going to have higher rarity opportunity on the boss fight. All right, we do our thing and see if, unfortunately, yeah, without the blacksmith's hammer, these rusty axes are doing nothing for us. So that is a downside, you know, of passing up on that hammer earlier. I probably should have taken it. You know, that might have been the smarter thing to do, but you know, you live and you learn, and ultimately, that is the nature of life. Now, hopefully our defense can play to our strength here, and hopefully we can hold on to our health, because our damage is not as high as I would like it to be. And the question here, especially when he's gaining all this armor, is are we going to be able to kill him fast enough before his rage starts taking over? Not entirely sure here. We have pretty consistent, well, not even consistent, we just have 25, or I guess a little bit less than that, 25-ish damage, depending on if our axe can be adjacent to other axes, of course. So 26 damage. It looks like we should be able to get through this. We're kind of slowly chipping him away. Now, the reason you're seeing 2 instances of damage here, just because I didn't mention it before, because the melee damage and magic damage, and of course agility damage as well, they all deal damage in different instances. So that's why you'll see him going down in little chunks, because he's being hit twice. And there we go. We lost a little bit of health, not too bad, but we did kill the Forest Guardian. Very good. Ooh, Spiky Helmet is pretty good, although Giant Slayer is also really good. That's a lot of damage, but I think I just got to take the Spiky Helmet. Spiky Helmet's too good. Gain 3 armor and 3 thorns, and then plus 3 armor for each space below. So we're going to have our own thorns. So that kind of incentivizes us to build more defensively. Now, I don't remember. One thing I wish we could do, I wish I could look at my inventory here before moving on. I don't remember if we took, I think we did take a key. And if that's the case, it makes sense for us to go down here, because otherwise I would go up top. But I guess what I could do, there's no sense in going here. I can go here, check my inventory, make sure I have a key, and then if I do, I can go down this way. If not, I can go up this way. That's the intelligent thing. I do have a key. Okay, so we will be going down. And I am definitely looking for a blacksmith hammer, for sure. That's going to be necessary to increase my damage quite a bit. But unfortunately, getting poisoned here is going through my armor, and so I'm not taking advantage of getting max HP. We have a long sword. Let's see. Explodes, dealing 60 damage to the enemy, can only be used once. Just going to reroll here. Applies 8 poison. I'm going to go ahead and maybe just take the drumstick. That seems kind of like an odd pick, though. There's another rusty axe. All right, well, that'll at least help our damage out for a few fights. Got Larry the Lobster here, trying to punch his way to victory. But he's going to have trouble punching through our block. And again, we have the Spiky Helmet, so we're going to keep getting more and more thorns each round. And he's going to keep punching himself and hurting himself harder. It is general life advice. I would say typically don't punch a thorn. Sharp things in general typically hurt when you punch them. Iron Axe, let's go ahead and take that. It's not the best pickup, but again, it helps us out a little bit with our damage. Hopefully we can get something good out of this chest here. And it looks like we might be able to maintain a full health, so we'll get a little bit of bonus HP. Nice. 6 armor, 2 damage to adjacent agility weapons. I think I'm just going to take the wood axe here. Okay, let's see. We can open this up. It takes the key out of our inventory. 122 gold and an epic symbol. Champion's Shield. That seems pretty good. Seems pretty good. I think I would like to go with the Champion Shield. That'll help keep us alive for quite a bit. Uncommon symbol. Rusty Cleaver. There's a Spell Blade that we're not really worried too much about. Let's kind of reroll this. I'm going to go with the Spiky Shield here. 8 armor and 2 thorns. We're going to get 5 thorns per turn. Since our damage is kind of hurting right now with all our rusty axes not really doing their thing, we can kind of make up for that with the thorns. Okay, nice. Now, do we want to grab a coin sack? I think I will. I'm going to hold on to this reroll, so I'll just take the coin sack. We do have a shop coming up here, so it's beneficial for us to have a little bit of extra gold in our pocket. Yeah, we're pretty confidently outscaling the damage here. Very nice. We have another iron axe here, so I guess I'll just go with this. Okay, let's go ahead. We got to make our way up here to the shop. So we go check out the chest here. I don't really care for any of these. I think I'm going to use my reroll here. And I'm not really crazy about any of these. Like, do I just take the mana ring? I'm not sure if I even take this mana ring, because I kind of just want to build axes and armor and more like thorn stuff. I think I'm just going to skip this. I think an argument could potentially be made for the mana shard, but I'm not going to make it. So let's go to the shop. All right, what do we got here? Venomous dagger. Let's see. Maybe the daggers could be beneficial. Junk collector. Destroys weapons with 0 damage and empty quivers. +6 for each symbol destroyed. Ooh. Now, does this count as an axe? I don't think it does. It looks like an axe. So the question is, do I want to wait for the hammer to fix these, which does, I think, oh man, because right now it would be really good, but it's kind of a little bit short-sighted, huh? Because the tough part is, like, do I take it now, or do I re-roll the shop trying to get the hammer? I'm gonna take it. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this to clear this out, because maybe I'm gonna focus a little bit more on defense this build and try and get some more things with thorns. I'm also gonna grab the piggy bank. Only gives us like 60 gold. It is good, but maybe I want a rune. Yeah, that's pretty good. 50 thorns this battle. Let's go ahead and grab that. I'm gonna grab some more rerolls. I'm gonna grab one reroll just for the boss fight. And then I think hold on to the rest for the next shop. I'm gonna go down, up, and down. Yeah, so this alone is dealing 28 damage. Which, I mean, it's an extra 28 damage that we weren't doing before, right? But the question is, like, I mean, it's 28 damage, so if we got a hammer, then our other axes are doing 3 extra damage. I guess that the potential downside to that is that it is taking up slots, which may not be as good later on. There's nothing really here. I'm just gonna... Although maybe there's an argument for the poison knife, because we're going for a little bit more defensive build, and this will stack up damage. Let's just reroll it. There is a War Mage helm. I'm just going to take the Blacksmith gem, actually. That's actually just way better. Adjacent strength weapon, still 3 damage. Extra damage. Yeah, so like I mentioned in the beginning, I kind of said this was a little bit of a combination between Luck Be a Landlord and Lucky Hunter, and it definitely is. Like, you can definitely see why I made the comparison, right? Like, our gameplay is strictly Luck Be a Landlord. However, we have the combat idea of Lucky Hunter. Obviously, we don't have the... Oh, applies 12 bleed. Now, let's just get a bunch of thorns here. Let's go ahead and pop both these. There we go. Already 80 thorns. I think this should be a much easier fight than last time. Obviously, we have the same combat, or I should say, we have the idea of combat, like your hero versus the enemy, kind of like in the style of Lucky Hunter, but the gameplay is obviously much different than Lucky Hunter, right? We're not combining units in any way. We're not selecting a unit after each different round. We have to do the entire fight first. Yeah, we smoked this guy. He's out of here. So it is definitely more Luck Be a Landlord, but I think the comparison is still fair. Oh, okay, we have the golden key again. Let's just take this. Infinite uses. Now we don't have to waste any future picks on taking regular keys. Now I wonder what's going to happen. Is it going to use the bronze key first, or is it going to use the golden key on that? I'm kind of hoping it uses the bronze key, because I don't really want to spend a remove symbol to take care of the bronze key. I guess we'll find out here. That's something that I want to check out. So I'm not actually going to preemptively remove the bronze key, because I want to see if it does. All right, let's take another spiky helmet. And unfortunately, we're going to get poisoned here, so we're not going to be able to increase our max health again. Okay. Well, there's the blacksmith's hammer. However, we don't really have any use for that anymore. So I'm just going to re-roll. Okay, I'll take the steel axe. Okay, it did use the bronze key first. Great. So they have a priority system to use the lower levels rings first. Champion shield seems great for what we're doing. Deal 15 damage, plus 5 damage if any enemy has burn, resets between battles, consumes 8 mana. Gives +1, it gives 1 power each spin. Gives 1 power each spin. So does that make all my weapons like 1 power, then 2 power, then 3 power? Or is it just 1, then 1 again, then 1 again? Not sure. I think I'm just going to take the champion shield, though. I guess the way I'm thinking about it is it giving all weapons every time just flat 1 power? It doesn't add on top of each other? Or is it additive so that it adds 1, the next spin, everything gets flat 2, the next spin, everything gets a flat 3? That being said, if we're trying to build more into thorns, doesn't really make sense to do that. It makes more sense to go into the champion shield. So I'm going to go up, actually, I could go down here and just go completely up. That makes a little bit more sense. We get a little bit more fights, a little bit more upgrades, potentially. We got to find a nice little healing item to get us back to full health. Nothing really here, though. There's plate armor? Okay. And I'm saving my runes up for the harder fight at the top of the peak. Gonna skip that rather than I'm gonna hold my reroll for down here since I think this is the best chance of getting a good one. Okay, we're still blocking plenty, so we're mighty fine. Should be okay on this fight. So we got to kind of take some precautions on enemies that can either poison us or make us bleed, because we can block all the damage coming in, but we're not able to prevent that damage, obviously. Yeah, because we go to full health now. Let's go ahead and take the other spiky helmet, just get more thorns. I'm going to go ahead and pop my major thorn runes here. Probably only need to use one of these, but hey, I don't think yeah, might as well just pop them both. We're burning. We're burning. Ah, there's the freaking poisons. Now we don't get our max HP. And down he goes. All right, what do we get? Something good. Deal 1 damage for each debuff second the enemy consumes 10 mana. None of these are really what we want. So let's just re-roll it. You know what? I was going to say Assassin Shiv, but I don't know about that. Let's just skip that. Heals 30 HP. Great. Love it. Let's go. Yeah, let's fight this this genie here. Let's go ahead and I suppose we'll just can be used every 5 battles. All right, so I'm going to hang on to that and use it before the boss fight. Yeah, we keep getting frail, but that's fine. We have way more than enough defense. We still got like 60 defense left over. He could double strike us and we'd still be fine. Okay, hold that thought. Hold that thought. Don't take me at my word there. We're still doing okay. We're gonna take out this genie, no problem. There we go. Big dead. Nice. All right, here. What do we want? Anything? Quiver? Yeah, no, nothing really here that I want. All right, let's open this chest, see what we get. We got a rare symbol. Reinforced axe. Ooh, very nice. Deal 8 damage, give +3 damage to adjacent axes. Yeah, let's go for it. All right, what do we got in the shop here? Another just regular old shield. I think I might re-roll this completely. There's nothing that I really want here. Apply 100 burn. That uses all of my gold, though. I don't even think I need that. I think that would be a complete waste of my gold. So I'm going to buy 1 reroll that we can use for the boss. I'm going to recycle the shop. Another junk collector? I don't think I need another junk collector. I haven't even found anything for it to really be useful. I'm going to go... I'm going to grab the beefy steak. We're going to reroll the shop. Yeah, there's nothing that I like really want. I'm not really getting... Okay, let's try and reroll again. We might not be able to buy anything, but that's fine. Yeah, kind of an unfortunate shop. Nothing really for... Actually, you know what? I'm going to take the broken blade here, since it can always be eaten by the junk collector afterwards, and it does pretty big damage right at the start. I'm also going to take on the Risen Pharaoh here. Give us another shot at giving us something good. And I think at this point, I'm going to start... am I going to start removing stuff? No, we're at 100% capacity. So even if I get rid of something here, there's really no sense to. Because if I get rid of something, I'm just going to have an empty space. So it's kind of worthless. Yeah, okay. So now we understand the Ring of Power, right? The Ring of Power was going to be just an additional power. Now, again, we're not really focusing fully on weaponry, so it might have helped us a little bit, but I don't know. I think I like the champion shield better still. Just gonna reroll. Maybe I just want this Bane. 6 damage and applies poison equal to damage dealt. Let's just see what the poison stack looks like. I'm assuming it's just damage over time. And now I'm going to remove my... Excuse me, my apprentice staff. And we're good now, because we're back to full capacity here. Okay. Let's take him out. Oh, wait. Turn off auto. Okay, we got to pop our runes. All right, Burrowa. Now, I'm also not sure if this is an endless mode game. Like, so that's kind of the difference between... That's kind of the difference between the two games that I compared, right? Like, oh boy, hold up. Slow right down. What? Why am I taking so much damage? Oh, because I'm frail. Oh, okay. Well, let's heal. Yep, this is yikes. He's doing way more damage than I can block. And we're dead. We're dead. I thought that was going to be a lot easier than it actually was. Okay. Yeah, he did a lot of damage to us. So, yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and head back. Oh, we got Fame and Glory now. What is this? Gain 1 permanent power after defeating a boss. Cool. So that is Spin Hero. That is the demo. I don't know if this is an endless game or if there is an end to it. I'm going to be real sad if there is an end to it and we didn't get there. But, you know, so it goes. You live and you learn. Spin Hero. It's a cool game. You know, it plays on a lot of the same tropes that we've seen before in the genre, but you know, it adds that whole combat element to it. And a lot of these roulette deck builders, are kind of doing similar things, but I just like the theme in this one. I'm going to be honest. I like the medieval theme, and it's sweet, and the gameplay is cool. You got a bunch of different classes to play, a bunch of different ways to go about doing it. Be interested to see what the other classes play like. If you go to the full page, so there's, like I said, there's 3 different pages. There's the full Spin Hero page. There's the prologue page, where the prologue is not available yet, but there is a page for it. There's also a page for the demo. And if you go check out like the trailer and the about this game, you can see what the other characters are. So there's Elaine, there's Baldwin, and Django. Looks to be like a caster, a demon, and a... I don't even know how to describe him. A Casey from TMNT or a Jason style looking character. He's wearing a hockey mask. I can't even, the text is too small. I can't actually read what kind of character he is. But yeah, guys, this is a sweet one. If you guys are interested in seeing more of this game when it comes out in full release, let me know down below in the comment section. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts as to where this lies in terms of like how excited you are for this game. Because like I said, I was very surprised that Lucky Hunter was easily the most watched series. I haven't done many series yet, but most watched group of videos, I will say, that has come out on this channel, except for maybe Rogue Genesia. I think Rogue Genesia might take the cake a little bit, but I was very surprised at how popular Lucky Hunter was, and I feel like this might scratch the same itch for some people. But I don't know. Let me know. Maybe it doesn't, because it's definitely different gameplay style, and maybe I'm comparing it too much to Lucky Hunter and not to Luck Be a Landlord. But I do know that Luck Be a Landlord was very popular on YouTube when it came out, so I don't know. I'm curious to see what people's I'm curious to gauge the excitement, let's say, of how people feel about this genre of game. So let me know what you think and your overall thoughts of the genre down below. But guys, if you did like this one and you had fun, would you kindly smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more roguelike content. But for the time being, I'm out of here. I've been Ganyonz. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see y'all next time.